welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Nicola and I make lifestyle videos, and today I have a favourites video for you. It's a long time since I filmed a favourites video, and whilst I have favourites all year round, I don't often think to share them. So there was one particular thing I really wanted to share with you today. So I had to think about some other things that I have been loving, and I thought I would stick them all in one video and talk to you about them. So yeah, I have a few different things. I think I'll probably just call this like a winter favourites, because it's not November and it's too early in December to be November favourites or December favourites, so I think it'll just be like a winter favourites video. And a lot of these things are Christmas or winter related, so I think that would make sense. I've got a couple of fashion favourites, I've got a couple of beauty favourites, I've got a couple of homeware favourites, and then I've got a book and TV. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, first of all, I'm going to talk to you about my two homeware favourites. First of all, I'll do these ones first because they were in my last video, and I have talked to you about these a few times before, but I just thought it was worth mentioning again. And that is these lovely decorations that I got from Paper Lace and Love on Instagram. I will leave her link below. I left it on the last video as well, but in case you didn't see my recent Christmas house tour, then you might not have seen them. But they are these decorations, but these, she doesn't do just these, she does all sorts of decorations for different seasons throughout the year, and just general ones as well. These are my favourites. I love these little tea cups, coffee cups, and I got one for autumn. She does have on there these lovely little houses, like a sweet shop, candy cane, a hot chocolate cart, these little tiny houses. You could make like a whole village of them, and they are so beautiful. And I really hope she does them next year, because now that I've bought these for myself, I can spend some money on the little villages next year. I also bought the Driving Home for Christmas bauble, which is on my tree, but if you saw my house tour, you will have seen that, because I did talk about it. But I just thought this was worth a mention because these are so beautifully made. Claire, who follows me on here and on Instagram, was the one who told me about this page, and so thank you, Claire, because I'm going to be poor for the rest of my life basically, because I'm going to be always buying these decorations for all year round. I'm really intrigued to see what she might have for Valentine's Day and for Easter, so yeah, I'm going to keep my eyes peeled on her page. But these I love, and there were loads of other ones as well, so I think she still has some stock in, but whether or not you get it before Christmas now, I don't know, but it's worth having a look at her page. So that was the first thing. Okay, next thing is a bit of a game changer at this time of year, to be honest, and I cannot believe we have never done this before. But last year I meant to get some like smart plugs for our Christmas lights, and then I looked and they were quite expensive, so I didn't bother in the end. And we do have a Google Home, but we don't really use it much, so I thought it was probably a waste of time, so I didn't. And then this year I decided to get some timers, and I bought I've got 5. I've got one for this tree, I've got one each for our 2 front lights upstairs, and then we've got a set of lights downstairs and some candy canes in front of the house downstairs, and all of them are on a timer. And you know how much difference it makes at the end of the day. And we've still got fairy lights we need to turn off, but I don't always put all of those on, so there isn't, unless you know we've been being particularly festive, then I have to go and turn those off. But all of the other lights just come on when it gets dark. I set it for I think 4:30, but I might change it to 4 because it's starting to get dark a lot earlier. But yeah, they come on, and apart from the tree, which comes on at 6:10 in the morning, and we have that on all day, but all of the other lights come on when it gets dark, about 4:30, and then they all go off about 10:30. And it means at bedtime we don't have to go around trying to get in behind the tree to turn the lights off and all of that. Oh, it's such a game changer. I bought 3 of them from Aldi. They had a set of 3. I think it was £15 or £12. I might have completely made that up, I can't remember. But anyway, I bought a box of 3 in Aldi, but they didn't have any more when I went back to do my food shop last week, because I needed 2 more. So I went and bought these ones in B&M, and they were £4.90. Well, not these ones actually, this is the Aldi one, but I bought 2 in B&M and they were £4.99 each. And yeah, and actually the one downstairs we've got 3 sets of lights on a 4-gang plug socket, and that 4-gang plug socket is plugged into the timer. So we've got our outside lights and the Christmas tree lights downstairs, 2 sets of lights on that tree, all come on together at the same time. And it's just a game changer. It's perfect. It's great. So yeah, thoroughly recommend it. If you haven't already got yourself a timer, which you probably have, I think we're probably a bit behind the times, but if you haven't already got yourself a timer, then I thoroughly recommend it. Okay, on to a couple of beauty favourites, and one of these is the reason I really wanted to make this video, but I'll start off with this one, and this is something I did mention in, I think I did a Get Ready With Me video, and this is the Elizabeth Arden 8-Hour Cream. I bought this a few years ago now. I just had a wisdom tooth out, and I had gone into the pharmacy with like tissue sticking out the side of my face, and like looking like I've been chewing on raw meat, and to get some painkillers that on a prescription that I'd been given. And I went in, and as I was buying them, she said, "Oh, we've got a promotion on this 8-hour cream. Would you like some?" And I think I probably would have bought anything at that point. And I think they're usually £20. I'm not sure, but I got it for £8. And I just went, yeah, okay, I'll have it. And I have used it. I mostly use it on my lips, and I put some on in the morning and in the evening, and it keeps my lips really moisturised. It's brilliant stuff. They do all sorts of different ones. Now this is the balm, so it's quite gel-like, and I have put it on my hands before, and I just love it. It's really good. You can use it for all sorts of things. I've put it on Phoebe's hands because she gets really dry skin, but it's just like a skin protector, and it's really, really good stuff. So if you ever see this on offer, then I would snap one up. And as I say, I've had this for years, and it's still going strong. There is loads left. I haven't had to buy another one, so you know, it's an absolute bargain, to be quite honest. So yeah, I would thoroughly recommend that Elizabeth Arden 8-Hour Cream. And then the other thing is this. Now I think you probably will have heard me talking before about, and certainly in my hauls, about the fact that my hair is so dry, especially at the ends. And I can never replicate, no matter what shampoo I use, and people have recommended shampoos and I've tried all different ones, and the ends are always dry. It doesn't matter how much conditioner I put in, they're just always dry. And I've tried oil. My hairdresser said to put some oil on before I go to bed at night. I've tried that and it's still dry. And I've just got to the point where I was like, oh God, it just looks like straw all the time and I hate it, and bleh. Anyway, I went down to Boots to have a little look if there's any other products I could try, and I thought I'm gonna pay a bit more and get some really good quality like ends cream or something. So I went in, and they had, I think, some Charles Worthington and some other brands, and they were like £7 or £8 for a tube of cream. And then I saw this, which is the VO5 Natural Smooth Frizz Free Air Dry Cream. It is this. It was about £2 or £3, quite cheap. And they also had a shine spray as well, which I got. And I was looking at it, and I swung between the more expensive one. I was like, well, the more expensive one might be better, but I don't want to spend a lot of money if it's no good. Maybe I should just try this first and see if it's any good. And so I bought it, and I will never look back. Seriously, I am so, so pleased with it. I don't know whether you can tell. So I've washed my hair this morning, and I've curled it, and the ends just feel, I don't know whether you can see, they just feel soft. They don't feel dry. It doesn't feel like straw. It feels shiny. It feels like it does when I come out of the hairdressers, and I feel like maybe I don't need to go back to the hairdresser. I mean, I clearly do. I've got a hair appointment next week, and I'm not going to be cancelling that because seriously, can't cancel a hair appointment these days. You never know when you're going to get another one. But I'm just so happy. I mean, it was £2 or £3. I could have spent like £20 on something and it not work. I think the shine spray is really nice as well. It just gives it a little bit of shine. And I've just, so what I do, I put this on before I dry it, and I do actually, well actually I didn't, I air dried it last week, and it just fell nicely, and it didn't go like frizzy like it usually does. But today I blow dried it. I still put this on first, then I blow dried it, and I didn't have to like blow dry it with a brush. I just rough dried it, and it just sat nicely. And if I hadn't have wanted to curl it, I probably could have just left it and not used any more heat on it if I wanted to. And then every morning. And if I'm not putting my hair, if I put my hair up, I'll just leave it. But if I'm not, if I want to leave it down, I just put a little bit of this on my hands and just put it into the ends, and it just makes it look like this again. And it's not, I've used things before, creams before, where it leaves your hair feeling like it's got product on it. Yeah, it feels a bit like greasy or a bit heavy with product, you can feel it, but this, absolutely you can't. It doesn't feel like there's anything on my hair at all. It's not greasy. My hair actually lasts even longer now before I have to wash it again. I think I'm going now almost a week, 6 days between washes, and I have it down for maybe 5 of those days, 4 or 5, and then up for the last day. So, you know, the less I have to wash it, the better, because it takes flipping ages to dry. So, you know, if you take anything away from this video, if you've got dry hair, try this. It's the VO5 Natural Smooth Frizz-Free Air Dry Cream. This is clearly not an ad or anything. None of these things are things that I've been asked to sell to you. It is just something that I've tried, and I cannot sing its praises enough. So love this stuff. Okay, a couple of fashion favourites. So first of all, I've got both ends of the spectrum here. I've got a relatively cheap, well, they're both similar price, but a relatively cheap for what it is and a bit more expensive. So, whoops, just kicked me tripod. First of all is this coat, which is from Primark. I'll put a little cutaway here of me wearing it. And it is such good value. It was £30, I think, from Primark. It's so warm. I went for a walk with Andrew on Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. And I had this and then a thin jumper on underneath and a vest top. And I had a scarf and a hat, and I was toasty warm. And I really wasn't expecting it to be that warm. When it's Primark, it's 30 quid. The only downside is the pockets have got holes in. They didn't last very long at all. But I need to get a needle and thread out and just sort that out, because it won't take me, it would not be difficult to do. It's just quilted coat. It's got little cuffed sleeves. The hood I love because it actually stays up when you put it up. I hate a coat where the hood keeps falling down. It's a substantial hood. It's, I don't know how waterproof it is, but I've stayed dry when I've been out in the rain. I like the tassels on it. I just love it. And I love the fact that it's long. I've always had like sort of waist length or thigh length, hip length type coats before, and if you wear a long line cardigan, it just always looks really stupid. And I quite often wear long cardigans, and you either have to tuck them inside the coat, or you wear the coat on top and then they hang out the bottom and it looks weird. Whereas with this, it's a nice long coat, you don't see it. So that's my first fashion favourite for the moment. It's this one from Primark, and I absolutely love it. My second fashion favourite is something that I talked a little bit about in my what I got for my birthday video. So if you watched that video, you will have known that Andrew bought me a shirt jacket from Zara, which I liked, but it wasn't the one that I had said that I wanted, and it was a really oversized. It was like a cream and lilac-y sort of colour, and it was quite rough to the touch. It was thick, but really big, and it just really wasn't what I was after. So we took it back, and they didn't have the one I wanted, so I didn't replace it. I just left it. And then the other day I went to Tesco, and they had some in there, and they had a similar sort of colour, cream with grey and pink on it, and it was £25, which I thought was a bargain, because the one that Andrew had bought me from Zara was £60. So I thought, well, I'll just get this one, this will do. And I liked it, had pockets in it, and so I picked that one up. I got home, and Andrew took one look at it and went, ah. I went, what? Oh. And I was like, well, and clearly he'd bought another one. And he said, oh, I was going to give it to you for Christmas. So, but you can't give me it for Christmas because it was my birthday present, and I never got it replaced. Like, it just went back to the shop and I never got anything else. I was like, oh, I didn't think about that. So he said, well, there is another one coming from Zara, which I thought you might like. So I kept hold of the Tesco one. I didn't wear it. I just kept hold of it. And then when the Zara one arrived, I tried them both on. The Zara one was £50, so more expensive. And I hummed and hawed, but I actually liked it better. So I took the Tesco one back, and I kept this one. So that was a long story about what is essentially just a jacket. But it is this one. I will again put a cutaway of me wearing it, but I absolutely love it. You'll see in the picture, I'm going to try it on with what I've got on now. It does not go with what I've got on now, but well, not with the skirt anyway, but you get the idea. But it's this one. I just love the colours so much. This is exactly, I think this is the one that I wanted. If it's not, it's very, very similar. The only downside of it is that it looks like it's got pockets, but they don't open. Is that annoying? That's annoying. I think that's really annoying. If you're going to put pockets, put pockets. Don't pretend to put pockets. So that's the only downside of it. But otherwise, I absolutely love it. I think it's really nice. It's just the perfect size, and it still fits under. Yesterday I had this on. In fact, I kept this on all day in the house because it was so cold. And then I put that big coat over the top, and it still fit perfectly. So, so yeah. Just great. I think it'll be really nice in the spring and next autumn. I probably missed the opportunity to wear this out as a jacket because it's so cold outside at the moment. But I will keep hold of it and wear it whenever I can, and then save it for next autumn. So finally, my book and TV favourites. I read chick lit basically, so girly books where the covers are pretty. If I see a book in a shop and it's got a pretty cover on it, pretty sure I'll like it. Anything that's either Christmassy or set by the beach, all that sort of stuff I love. Very simple books. I read them on my phone at night, and I can get through, you know, a book quite quickly, although at the moment I do fall asleep quite quickly when I'm reading them. But yeah, I love just a simple, easy read. And at the moment I'm reading this one, which is, hopefully you can see, which is In Case You Missed It by Clarke, and it is a really, really good read actually. It's just easy reading, it's fun, it's quite amusing. It's about a woman who's come back from America, who works on podcasts and on a radio station. We're not quite sure why she's come back yet, and her parents, I won't give away too much, but her parents, she wants to move back in with her parents, and her parents have rekindled their love for each other and don't really want their 30-odd-year-old daughter living in the house with them, so they've set her up a room in a shed at the end of the garden. And yeah, she's now she's now working on a podcast with this famous 14-year-old YouTuber who she knows nothing about. And I'm only about halfway through the book, but I'm loving it. It's really, really good. So that's something I can recommend. I also have Jill Sims' new book to read as well. I've got that in hardback, and I find it difficult actually to get into books that are actual books because I read in bed at night and I read from my phone because I haven't got a bedside lamp or anything, and so it's easy. But when I've got an actual book to read, it's a bit more difficult because I have to have the light on. So I need to find, I'm hoping over Christmas I'll have a bit more time to read, so I might start that one. But I've got some other Christmassy books as well that my friend lent me. I haven't started those yet either, so I've got plenty to be reading for the next few weeks. And then finally, TV, and this isn't actually a single TV programme, it's just a genre. And I am loving the Christmas movie at the moment, and for the first time ever, I think, Andrew is loving it too. So we, in the evenings, and if you'd have seen my evening routine, you'll know that we spend the evenings quite often doing Lego for his business and building up and sorting and doing stuff for that. And we just put on something easy to watch on the TV, and quite often we'll put on Friends, and we've started Gavin and Stacey again. But the thing that we've watched more than anything is all the Christmas movies on Netflix. I'm not really enjoying the ones on Christmas 24 anymore, and I think it's because of the quality. When you watch them on Netflix, they're good quality films. Even the trashy ones are still filmed in good quality, whereas the ones on Christmas 24 tend to be older and the picture is so bad. So I've not really got into watching any of those this year, like the traditional Hallmark ones, but there's some really, really good ones on Netflix at the moment, and some of the really, really good ones as well. So we actually watched Christmas Chronicles last night in preparation for watching the Christmas Chronicles 2. I have seen the Christmas Chronicles already, but Andrew hadn't watched it, so he wanted to watch it first before we watch the second one. So we'll probably start watching the second one tonight. Archie's really keen to watch The Grinch, which we actually went to the cinema to watch a couple of years ago, but it's his favourite, so I think we'll probably watch that one night. We've watched a lot of the, you know, the simple ones, and they, the ones that have all got the same story. You know, the woman who's doing some job that's completely beneath her and wants to go away and be an artist, or wants to go away and start her own company doing something or other, and then, you know, she bites the bullet and does it, and then she meets a wonderful man at the same time who works too hard. All of those sorts of movies, I love them. They're so easy to watch. and it really helps you get into the Christmas spirit. At this time of year, you know, it's nice to feel warm and cozy, and at the moment there's a lot of things to not feel happy about. So I think if you can put anything on the telly that makes you feel happy and forget all your worries, then that's a good thing as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, that is it. That is all my winter favourites. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below on which item you preferred, if you've ever tried, if you own any of these things, if you've got a timer for your Christmas lights, if you've tried this VO5 frizz-free stuff, or if you're going to try it now that I've told you about it. Just let me know. Have a chat in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Hold up, I am on my way. I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside.